this is Hiroko Seto from the Lowell. We are in Devons today for the state's kickoff of electric cars expos. And there are going to be 8 different expos around the states in June and in September. And this is the kickoff, and we are going to test drive 4 to 5 different electric cars, and I'll see how it goes.
Hi, I'm Matt with Mercedes-Benz. I'm a product concierge, and this is the Mercedes-Benz B-Class electric drive. How many people are coming on this one? Just you? There you go.
And how do I adjust the...
So, right up there on the door?
Oh, this one?
There you go. So push that straight forward.
This one?
Yep, so...
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, so, oh.
And people are always shocked by how much pickup these cars have. This car, for about 40 feet, you will blow a Ferrari out of the water. So if you put it to the floor, you're going to smoke the tires.
This one?
Yep, and pull it straight down. And there you go. Now you're ready to drive.
Okay. Oh.
It's very quiet.
It's very smooth.
It's hard to tell, but up to about 20 miles an hour, there is a sound generator on the outside of the car. And that's so people in neighborhoods can hear you coming.
So it actually makes noise so that people know you're coming because it's so quiet?
Yeah, that's actually a legal mandate now.
Really?
But you could still sneak up on somebody if they weren't paying attention.
And what model is this?
This is the Mercedes-Benz B-Class electric drive. So there is a gas variant of this car in Europe and Canada, but in the US it's only available as the electric.
So actually this sound is coming from the sound maker?
Yes. So that's mounted in the front bumper. And once you exceed 20 miles an hour, that's going to disengage.
What's the MSRP on this?
41.5.
Safety rating?
5. Mercedes-Benz invented safety. So everything you think of in a car that keeps you safe, seat belts, airbags, anti-lock brakes. Mercedes didn't invent those, but they were the first to put them on cars. Crash testing, impact testing, all of it.
And how do I get rid of this fog on the...
I'll take care of that.
Oh, I can stop for that.
No, that's okay. I'll check that up one.
It's actually a lot more spacious than I thought.
Oh, well, if you look back here, I'm 6'1", and I've got plenty of room back here.
Yeah.
Do you guys know this area?
Oh, kind of.
Okay.
I'm kind of. I used to work out on the office in Devons.
Okay. So you probably know your way around here better than I do.
Okay.
This is like my second time out here.
Oh, I see.
The Learning Express offices are right over there, and she's a customer of mine.
I see.
That's the only time I've ever been out there.
So this is 100% electric.
100% electric.
Okay. So how long does it, how many miles can you drive before it gets empty?
So the version that we're in right now, it does not have the extended range package on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at about 85 miles.
Okay.
Now, if you feel on the steering wheel, there's shift paddles there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can manually control the recuperation rate.
Okay.
So with a little practice, you can get more mileage out of it. So this car, you could probably get about 115.
Okay.
The best I've ever done in any of them was about 125, and I've only really tried to push it that one time.
So what does what does it do? Like, how do you extend
So the recuperation, what that's going to do is you use that to slow the car down instead of actually hitting the brake pedal.
Oh, I see.
And while you're using those, you're regenerating electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is an option for an extended range package, which is done pre-charge. So, like, you know the next day that you're going to have to go a few extra miles. Mm-hmm. There would be a button. If it had it, it would be next to the hazard lights. But you would press that, and that's going to cram an extra 15% power into the battery.
Okay.
So it'll give you a little extra range. So, like, if you know there's a detour and you know your regular commute's going to be a little longer than usual. When you spin an electric motor forward, you use electricity. When you spin an electric motor backwards, you generate electricity. So what happens is when you take your foot off the gas, it's engaging clutches in the wheels that are spinning those motors backwards.
I see.
And you're generating electricity.
Okay.
Now this car, if you don't ever want to use those paddles, it does it all automatically, and it's using radar. So if it detects that a big hill's coming up, it's going to increase the recuperation because it knows that when you go down that hill, you've got gravity on your side.
I see.
So you'll be able to recuperate more electricity.
Okay. How much does this car cost?
This one is $41,500.
Okay.
Out of the three that we compare this to, so that's the B-Class, the BMW i3, and the Nissan Leaf, this is the heaviest of the three of those cars.
Okay.
Now, that's actually giving you an advantage in the snow. So it's going to keep you planted, it's going to give you better traction.
And what is this triangle in the mirror?
So that's actually your blind spot indicator. So when they're both on and they're yellow like that, that means you're driving below 15 miles an hour.
Okay.
So what that's saying to you is that at those speeds, the system's not operational.
Okay.
So you got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
But after you exceed those speeds, only one side's going to turn red when you have somebody in your blind spot.
Okay.
But it has a secondary warning as well. So if you didn't see say there was a red triangle in your mirror, but you didn't see it, and then you were to put your turn signal on towards it, the car's going to beep at you as a secondary warning.
I see.
To help you avoid any accidents.
And what is this? 50% power and so forth?
So that's showing you in real time whether or not you're using electricity or you're charging the car. So when the needle comes down to the lower part, you see how it says charge down there? So that's telling you you are regenerating electricity. Right now it's at 0, so we're not using anything because we're sitting still. And then if you step on the accelerator, you'll see the needle go up high, and that's showing you the amount of electricity that you're currently using.
I see. How do I change the volume?
So you have the plus and minus on the steering wheel? On the actual steering wheel, so like right where your thumb would be.
Oh, okay.
With your right, there you go. And then the main volume is that silver wheel right around the on button. Right in the middle, right there. So if you spin that,
Yes.
that's the main volume.
Oh.
'Cause he gets up in the morning and he goes to work at night.
Right in here, you see this is a built-in Apple interface cord.
Okay.
So this is for the older 30-pin style, so like an iPhone 4, but there are little adapters that go right over it. Now this will charge your phone, and it'll also allow you to play any saved Apple Music, so it lets you search through it like an iPod right up on the screen.
How much was the price again?
$41,500. That's the base price.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Mark Lamont, BMW Sales Manager of Wagner BMW. This is my BMW i3.
That's if I survive this. Yeah. I hit a tree that just came out. A new program.
Which car are you looking to drive?
So which car are we in here?
This is the BMW i3.
This is pretty.
And my name is Mark, so if you have any questions, fire away and
Thank you.
be happy to give you the shortest, quickest answer I can.
Okay. Oh wow, this is I feel really like high. It's nice. It's almost like an SUV. So how do I start the car?
You put your foot on the brake,
Okay.
and on the right-hand side of the steering column, you will see a button that has an orange light around it right now. And you'll see the button right in the middle of that says Start Stop.
Where is it? I'm sorry. Where is it?
Right there.
Oh, here.
It's a little hidden.
Okay. And then
You press it.
this one?
Nope,
Oh, this one.
Start Stop.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Now that is blue, meaning that the car is ready to go.
Okay.
And if you put your hand around that lever and move the entire lever forward, spin it forward,
Okay.
you'll notice now it says D for drive.
Yes. Okay.
And just make sure, because it's very quiet, just make sure nobody's running in front of you.
Yeah.
And you are good to go.
Okay. Good.
Ooh, this quiet.
You can effectively drive this car with just the accelerator pedal. Because since it is an electric car, when you take your foot off of the accelerator pedal all the way, the car actually goes into a regeneration mode.
Okay.
This car starts in the low 40s. And if you got every piece of equipment possible and got what we call the range extender version, it could be a little over 50.
What's the safety rating?
You know what? That's a great question. Off the top of my head, it's, I believe, a 4-star safety rated vehicle. That's actually all on BMWUSA.com.
Now, is this fully electric assist? Is it?
This particular car is a range extender, which means that this is actually got a little 2-cylinder generator in the back. The generator only provides electricity. So when the battery gets below 6%, the generator kicks in. In fact, you can hear it now. The car, well, we drove the car up from Shrewsbury. You can actually hear the generator in the back right now running ever so slightly. And that just provides a little extra assist to the battery so that you can never run out or run dead, so to speak, in the middle of a drive. That Rex generator will give you another 50 to 60 miles of range. So once the battery is depleted or gets down to below 6%, the generator comes on and keeps the state of charge of the battery so that you can continue driving even up to highway speeds.
So without that, how many miles did you say again?
Without that, the car is EPA rated at a range of about 80 miles.
Okay.
It also depends on a number of different conditions. For example, cold temperatures in the wintertime reduce the range of an electric vehicle, so the car may only go 55 to 60 miles in the wintertime. But in the summertime, if you have, you know, the air conditioning off, if you're in one of the Eco Pro modes, you could do 95 to 100 miles in the vehicle.
I see. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that the winter time you get less. Out of it.
Yes. Just like batteries in your phone, your iPads, or your camera, when it is cold out, those rechargeable batteries, just like anything else, you know, water freezes at 32 degrees because the electrons basically stop moving.
Oh, I see.
So the same thing happens in battery packs. When the temperature is very cold, they can't put out as much energy.
I see. Since I see these screens, the Tesla screen shows if you were to, like, if you put an enter destination, it shows you, like, if you were to go there and come back, how much power you will have left and so forth. Like, does this do that kind of thing?
Well, this has a traditional display, so if you're looking at your speed and you look to the lower left and lower right of your speed, or actually take the next right turn.
Oh, right turn?
Yep, keep going straight.
Okay.
So right now you see your speed and you see a meter telling you how much of the electric drive energy you're using or that you're recharging. When the meter has the white indicator on the right, that means that you're using battery power.
Okay.
When the meter is on the left, that means you're regenerating battery power.
Okay. What's the maximum speed?
It is limited to just under 100 miles an hour.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you can either pull right up ahead or you can pull underneath the canopy.
Okay.
I'm Sam Presenta from Chambers Cadillac in Linfield, Massachusetts. And I'm here today for the Ride and Drive. We brought a 2014 ELR Cadillac. It's electric. It does 140 miles about with full electric and a 9-gallon tank of gas that we charge the battery.
And this is a 2015? 14?
Yep. The power button way up top.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
You gotta push the brake too.
Okay.
So brake and the button.
Okay.
One more time. Okay, it started.
Ooh. This sound. Did you hear it?
Basically taking all the technology from the STS and CTS and put it into a...
Well, the old style 2011 12s, definitely it has been a big change. in the 2014 and 15 models.
Okay. Oh, that's easy to understand.
What's the safety rating on it?
I'm not too sure what the safety ratings are on these yet.
What do you think?
Nice, very nice. I feel definitely the difference between those small ones.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell the other guys. As an electric car, I always think is very small. But now they make electric cars that look like regular cars, and I like that.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was under the impression that the one of the reasons many electric cars are small is to have the mileage. It's not so, I guess.
No.
Yeah. You had to push a button
Push a button,
somewhere,
yeah.
right?
This has touchscreen. Pandora. It's definitely a Cadillac.
Yeah, the new Cadillacs have the Q system. It's the Cadillac user experience.
And how many horsepower?
157 extended range on the electric only motoring.
You said the MSRP was
On this vehicle?
Yep.
78,000.
78,000. And you said, but there was a lot of incentives.
They're about $25,000 off the vehicle currently.
Nice.
The gas tank, it uses gas to charge the battery as you're driving.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's a total of 334 miles
Okay.
with a full tank and full charge.
How you doing? I'm Jeff Hyman, and I'm from Medfield, Mass. This is my Tesla Model S. It's a 2012. I purchased it in December 2012, and I've been enjoying it ever since.
What'd you think? You can buy one?
That was awesome.
Now you can say you drove a Tesla.
Beautiful. That's the first I'm going to go text my nephew. Guess what Auntie just did?
And are the plug-in stations, are we standing, that car was driving the same one?
So the ones that were on the screen with the red dots, those are our supercharging stations. So those are kind of, our charge port's a little proprietary in that regard.
So
what we could do
Cadillac
though,
can't drive up and use your port.
they couldn't, but we can go and use theirs. And by theirs, I mean kind of the local government that puts them in, the company that puts them in, because BMW doesn't go and open up their own charging stations like we have our supercharging stations that we open up. So that's what this is for. This is what's called a J1772. So this is the charge port that most electric vehicles use. That's what you would plug into the i3 over there. So what you could do, and I think they have one that may be plugged in soon, you could go ahead and attach that to the end of the hose, and then this is now compatible with our charging station, or with our charge port. It's the same.
And so I pull into one of your stations and plug in for an hour. How much power does that really take? I mean, what does it cost?
You wouldn't even have to plug in for an hour. I mean, that's an hour would 100% fully charge your car, but the rate slowly tapers off. So the most efficient is the first 20 minutes you go in. So if you're near empty, the first 20 minutes you'll get 150 miles put back into your battery. So you're usually there between 30 to 40 minutes at most to get 75, 85% of your range restored. Kind of waiting that extra 25 minutes, a half hour, you're only going to get a rate of 40 miles for every hour instead of when you first take off, it's like 250 miles every hour. So yeah, it's...
You okay?
You buy one?
Yeah. I told him you were coming and had all the money.
All right, let me get the checkbook.
There you go, yeah. So my name is Trevor Smith. I work for Tesla Motors. I'm what we call an asset light, so I do a lot of these outbound events and drive up kind of interest in Tesla and also the greater electric vehicle community. So right here we have our Model S. It's the only model we make. We have different trim levels. To turn the car on, you just simply put your foot on the brake. But right now the car is on.
Okay.
And so to put it in drive, you have the gear shift on your right-hand side of the steering wheel, right there. So you would pull that all the way down. And now you're in drive. This is the sunroof, and this back is just a panoramic view. So the front will open and slide back on top of the back panel, but this back panel just stays stationary. To fully recharge the battery, about 8 hours, 8.5 hours overnight.
Okay.
If your standard commute is around 60 miles, then 2 hours every day you would be charging your car at night.
Okay.
What's the MSRP?
This one starts at $85,000. So this has our larger battery. The Model S has a more affordable option, a little smaller battery with a rated range of 230 miles. It's still all-wheel drive. That starts at $75,000.
Is there any kind of warranty or drivetrain?
There's a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty on the bumper-to-bumper, everything but the tires. The battery and the drive unit have an 8-year unlimited mile warranty. What do you think of the drive?
It's good. I'm not feeling any difference between regular cars and this car, and
well, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what we like to do. This car has a lot of capabilities in terms of performance, but there's nothing wrong with your conventional car other than it uses gasoline and burns a lot of fuels. Where this one is, you don't have to make any compromises to switch over to an electric vehicle. You still get the kind of styling, luxury, performance out of a car, except you don't have to feel guilty about doing so.
Is that the radio on the dashboard?
On the left side, that's the song that's being played right now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Where?
On the right next to the speedometer, to the left of the speedometer.
Left side of the speedometer.
Oh, this one's okay.
Well, that's a huge LCD.
And I heard that the this gets updated once in a while.
It does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we update and roll out our new software remotely. So that's, I think, one of the most unique things and really cool features of being a Tesla owner is that you can be driving your car a year, 2 years later, and it's a quote-unquote different car than what you drove and what you picked up, and for the better. It has new improvements and options that you didn't have when you first picked it up. I mean, ideally what we want at Tesla is for you to make an investment with us and purchase a vehicle that isn't inexpensive in any stretch of the imagination, but to also keep updating your car and to make it feel and make you feel like you don't have to get a new car. You can have this car for years and years and years. It's always getting improved over time, and which is really breaking the mold in terms of your luxury sedans. You don't see a lot of 4 or 5 year old kind of high-end luxury sedans out there, because most of those owners want to get the next best thing, because they're always coming out with different tweaks to the body, different kind of luxuries and amenities to make the newer models more attractive, where we want to make the cars that are on the road, the cars that we'll be selling and certified pre-owned, just as attractive as the cars that we make out of the factory.
I see.
So continuing with that sustainability, we don't want to have a lot full of cars. There you go. So there's no off switch. You just.
Oh, there's a camera at the back side. Oh wow, that's awesome. I have to take that picture.
Hi, I'm John Gilbert with ChargePoint. ChargePoint's the largest electric vehicle network in the world. We have about 22,000 charging points in the world, about 19,000 in the United States. Over to my right, we have an example of our commercial charging station. It's called the CT4000. It's a dual-port Level 2 station with network connectivity. Provides wayfinding, an embedded payment system, locking ports, and retractable ports. And it's a mapping-based application, so anybody with an Apple or Android phone can download it from the App Store for free. And what it'll do is the app will actually show you, based on your location, the closest public charge stations, charge point stations, and other manufacturers to you. With network stations like ChargePoint, we can show individuals the location of the station down to the parking space where it exists, which is very valuable for large campuses. We can show whether or not the ports are available or in use. And then once you arrive at the station, you can use the mobile application to unlock, begin, and pay for the charging session. Ports is available, which is showing it as a green dot. One of the ports is in use, so it's showing it as a blue dot. And then it tells you the pricing, and it gives drivers who are using ChargePoint and using the station can leave tips associated with charging stations to give the next driver some help if they have any questions. So if you were to buy a BMW i3, in the glove box, you could get 2 ChargePoint cards, right, branded with the BMW logos, and you would go through this process, which only takes a few minutes to set up your account. And then these cards, you just hang them on your keychain, and you go. And using our mobile application, you find the station, you approach the station, and you would tap your card on the face of it. The station authorizes the card, unlocks the port. Every car has the same plug. You would just plug it in. The station will recognize that it's the right type of connector, that it's the right vehicle, begins charging the car. Essentially, that's all you do is you just plug it in and walk away. And as you can see before you leave, it tells you how much you're drawing, how many kilowatt hours you've actually drawn by using the station, how long you've been there. If this was this station here, this demo is set up as a free station, so it's not showing any amount. If it were a pay station, right below the timer, it would show kind of a taxi meter that shows you exactly how much you've racked up in charges before you tag out. And then with your account, you can see all of your charging activity right from your mobile application. You can see everywhere you went, how much you spent, whether it was free, any information you've ever be interested in seeing. And then as you can see, one port's still available and locked. So if another driver was to come in, tap in, they could plug in, and this will charge 2 cars at the same time.
So how much does it cost?
Well, so it all depends on who owns the station. So UMass Lowell has their own. Many employers will offer it for free. Many businesses, for instance, Chili's offers it for free for guests that come in. If you're charging up at home and you're paying, or say around 15 cents a kilowatt hour for electricity delivered to your home, it's costing you about 50 cents or so every hour your car is charging. Or, you know, most plug-in hybrids or your smaller electric vehicles are going to be around $2.50 to $3 to fill up.